Yes. Hello students, we are again here with our next topic. लास्ट टाइम हमने इम्पॉर्टेंट डेफिनेशंस तक किया था माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म में. दिस टाइम आई एम अगेन टेकिंग सम टॉपिक्स फ्रॉम द चैप्टर 2 माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट इज कैरियर. Carrier is a person or organism infected with an infectious disease agent but displays no symptoms of it. They can spread the infection since they already have the pathogen in their bodies. Vector क्या होता है? Vector is an organism which is biting insect or tick that can transmit a disease or parasite from one animal or plant to another. Common examples are mosquitoes. Aedes mosquito spreads dengue virus. Anopheles mosquito spreads the malarial parasite. Airborne diseases. Certain diseases that can spread by air. These diseases are called airborne diseases. Influenza is the best example of this type of disease. Waterborne diseases. The diseases that spread through water are called waterborne diseases. इनके नाम से ही पता चल रहा है. Airborne diseases are caused by air, are spread by air, and waterborne diseases are spread by water. Contaminated water is host to several pathogens. Typhoid is the best example of waterborne disease. फूड पॉइजनिंग क्या होता है? व्हेन फूड कंटामिनेटेड विद पैथोजेंस और टॉक्सिन्स आर कंज्यूम्ड इट कॉजेज food poisoning. The most common symptom is pain in the stomach, and severe cases it can also cause death. That's why it is always advised to eat food from hygienic outlets, and also keep your food totally covered. Do not uncover, keep your food uncovered, and always eat hygienic food. Otherwise food poisoning is one of the disease which can be sometimes very serious. Now we have discussed what are the harmful microorganism and what kind of diseases can they cause in humans, animals or plants. Now what are the methods of food preservation, because microorganism can spoil the food also. So we should preserve our food, and what kind of method should be used to preserve that food are: certain chemicals inhibit the growth of bacteria and increase the life of the cooked food. Certain simple preservation methods can be carried out at our home. So these methods can be chemical methods. Chemical preservatives are used in food preservation by major food industries as they are harmless to humans. Sodium metabisulfate and sodium benzoate are commonly used chemical preservatives. प्रेजर्वेशन बाय ऑयल एंड विनेगर. घर में आप अचार खाते हो, पिकल खाते हो, सो उसमें यू मस्ट हैव सीन कि उसमें मस्टर्ड ऑयल डाला जाता है. दैट इज one way to protect the food. In this way the life of the pickle is increased. So many food preparations like pickles are preserved by adding oil or vinegar to them. Bacteria cannot grow in such medium. पास्चराइजेशन आप जब भी घरों में दूध आता है, देन व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग योर मदर डज, तो वो क्या करते हैं कि उसको बॉयल करते हैं. सो दैट इज पास्चराइजेशन. पास्चराइजेशन में क्या होता है? हीटिंग एंड कूलिंग. हम लोग तो घरों में जस्ट बॉयल कर देते हैं, एंड आफ्टर जब थोड़ा वो ठंडा हो जाता है तो वी कीप इट इन द रेफ्रिजरेटर. पास्चराइजेशन में क्या होता है? इट इज़ अ प्रोसेस ऑफ सुपर हीटिंग एंड कूलिंग द बेवरेजेस टू किल पैथोजेनिक माइक्रोब्स. It ensures the taste of the beverage such as milk does not get destroyed. Storage and packing. Dry fruits and many vegetables are preserved in airtight or air-sealed containers so that moisture does not enter and could cause damage to the dry fruits and vegetables. So they are preserved in airtight containers. The absence of air prevents the growth of bacteria or fungi. Use of common salt. Common salt, also known as sodium chloride, is used as a preservative at home. Vegetables are pickled using salt as the salt removes water and kills bacteria and fungus cells. That is also done in preservation of preservation of pickle. Preservation by sugar. Sugar is used for the preservation of jams, jellies and squashes. घरों में जब जैम्स या आप जैम खाते हो, जेली खाते हो, तो उसमें क्या होता है, इट कंटेन्स लॉट ऑफ शुगर, तो दैट इज एक्चुअली एक्टिंग एज अ preservation of food, right? So the growth of microbes is restricted by the use of sugar as it reduces the moisture content. So we can use various methods to preserve food at home. Some can be dehydration. Dehydration means removing the moisture content. Freezing, when we keep the food in refrigerator. Increasing temperature and using preservatives. Dehydration means removing water or moisture from food. This stops microorganisms from growing as they cannot grow without water. It can be called sun drying. For example, ginger, potato chips, methi, etc. are dehydrated and stored in houses. We can also keep the microorganism away from food by using low temperature. Low temperature slows down the activity of microorganism. For example, the cooked dal can be preserved in refrigerator for 2-3 days, right? So जो टेम्परेचर होता है रेफ्रिजरेटर में, दैट इज़ यूजली अराउंड 5 डिग्री सेल्सियस, विच डिलेज इट्स स्पॉइलेज. So we can also keep the microorganism away from food by using high temperature. For example, enzymes and microorganisms are destroyed in 2 methods. High temperature में 2 methods आ जाएंगे. One is pasteurization and the other is sterilization. Pasteurization हम पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, but it is important definition, so I am taking it again. It is a process of heating food item to high temperature and then quickly cooling it, as microorganism cannot withstand change in temperature, therefore they get destroyed. This is a process in which milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. And this process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Sterilization. स्टरलाइज किया जाता है. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड दिस वर्ड कि हम स्टरलाइज कर रहे हैं सिरिंज को या इंजेक्शन नीडल्स को. तो वो स्टरलाइजेशन क्या होता है? इन दिस प्रोसेस फूड आइटम्स आर एक्सपोज टू हाई टेम्परेचर फॉर लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. इन सम केसेस हाई टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो used to destroy microorganism. Like if we take water and boils at very high temperature, it cannot withstand with that high temperature and may lead to destruction of microorganism. So we can say that in this way the water is microorganism free. Using preservatives. प्रिजर्वेटिव्स हम पहले भी सारा इसमें देख चुके हैं. सॉल्ट, शुगर, एसिड, लेमन, दीज आर नेचुरल प्रिजर्वेटिव्स एंड वी यूज देम टू प्रिजर्व फूड एट होम. नेचुरल प्रिजर्वेटिव्स में यही आ गया, सॉल्ट, शुगर, लेमन जूस, ऑयल, स्पाइसेस. केमिकल में पोटेशियम मेटाबाइसल्फेट, सिट्रिक एसिड, सोडियम बेंजोएट, दीज आर ऑल द केमिकल प्रिजर्वेटिव्स. Nitrogen cycle, one of the most important topic in microorganisms chapter is nitrogen cycle. Cycle means पूरा एक प्रोसेस चलती है और दोबारा उसी पोजीशन पे पहुंच जाती है, right? So I'll be discussing mainly nitrogen cycle में there are 5 processes और I'll be taking one by one of explanation of each and every process. Firstly, what is nitrogen cycle? The circulation of nitrogen between organisms and the atmosphere is called the nitrogen cycle. A continuous series of natural processes by which nitrogen passes successfully from air to soil to organisms and back to air or soil, involving principally nitrogen fixation, nitrification, decay and denitrification. तो इस नाइट्रोजन साइकिल में क्या हो रहा है? नाइट्रोजन, ऑब्वियसली नाइट्रोजन साइकिल है तो इसमें वी विल टॉक अबाउट द न्यूट्रिएंट नाइट्रोजन. नाइट्रोजन इसमें पहले एयर से सॉइल में आती है, सॉइल से ऑर्गेनिजम्स में जाती है, ऑर्गेनिज्म से फिर से एयर में या सॉइल में आ जाती है. सो ये पूरा जो एक साइकिल चलता है दैट इज नोन एज एट नाइट्रोजन साइकिल. नाउ एज यू कैन सी इसमें क्या हो रहा है, ये एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन है. हमारे जो एटमॉस्फेयर है उसमें द मेनली फाउंड गैस इज नाइट्रोजन. नाउ दैट नाइट्रोजन कैन बी फिक्स्ड बाय लाइटनिंग and that nitrogen can be fixed by nitrogen fixing bacteria. अब nitrogen fixing bacteria दो टाइप के हैं. one is blue green algae और the leguminous plants में जो rhizobium होता है. तो उसने क्या किया, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन किया. नाउ आफ्टर नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन बैक्टीरिया इन टर्न फिक्स नाइट्रोजन इनटू नाइट्रोजिनस कंपाउंड्स. direct nitrogen cannot be taken by the plants, so firstly it is converted into the nitrogenous compounds. Now compounds of nitrogen in the soil, they move into the soil. Now what happens, bacteria turn compounds of nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen. And और यहाँ से अगर हम थोड़ा सा और देखें, compounds of nitrogen in the soil. Now what happens, now these compounds are taken by the plants. Plants को किसने खा लिया, animals ने. Animals now when they die or decay, nitrogenous waste from excretion and death. Now when they die or then again the compounds of nitrogen in the soil are formed. And ये जो bacteria हमारे nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen convert करते हैं, that again move to the atmosphere. Now I am taking each and every process. First is nitrogen fixation. This is the first step of the nitrogen cycle. This step is characterized by the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Bacteria like Aziobacter and Rhizobium have a major role in this process. They are harbored in the roots of the leguminous plants and help convert into inert nitrogen to ammonia. Nitrogen fixation can occur in any of the following ways. Atmospheric fixation, that involves lightning. Industrial fixation, manufacturing ammonia under high temperature and pressure condition. And the natural nitrogen fixation. So these are the methods in which the atmospheric nitrogen can be fixed. As you can see in the diagram, ये root nodules हैं, right? They contain the rhizobium bacteria. Now what happened, this is the nitrogen in the air. This nitrogen is fixed by the taken by the bacteria, which is a microorganism in the roots of the plant, and then from the roots of the plant it moves into the plant in the form of its nitrogenous compounds. Okay, next is assimilation. Once the nitrogen has been fixed in the soil, plants can absorb nitrogen through their roots. Okay, जब उन्होंने उसको absorb कर लिया नाइट्रोजन को, तो नाइट्रोजन जो है वो प्लांट्स जो है उस नाइट्रोजन को रूट से absorb कर सकते हैं. This process of absorption is known as assimilation. थर्ड प्रोसेस इज अमोनिफिकेशन. अब जब प्लांट्स ने अब्जॉर्ब कर लिया उस नाइट्रोजन को, दिस इज अनदर प्रोसेस बाय विच अमोनिया कैन बी जनरेटेड. ऑर्गेनिक रिमेन्स ऑफ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स आर ब्रोकन डाउन इनटू द सॉइल बाय सम बैक्टीरिया टू रिलीज अमोनिया इनटू द सॉइल. These dead and waste matter is used by these microorganisms as food and they release ammonia into the soil. This process is known as ammonification. इसके नाम में ही ammonification है. That means in this process the ammonia is generated and it is released into the soil. Nitrification. अब ammonification के बाद next process है nitrification. ये जो process है it occurs in 2 steps. First step क्या है, इसमें जो ammonia है that is converted into nitrates. And the bacteria Nitrosomonas and Nitrococcus present in the soil convert ammonia to nitrate, and other bacteria Nitrobacter converts this ammonia to nitrate compounds. So these bacteria gain energy through these conversions. तो आप सिंपल इतना ही आप यू कैन से कि इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ नाइट्रिफिकेशन द अमोनिया इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू द nitrates which can be taken by the plants, or you can say in the conversion of ammonia to nitrates occur in the process of nitrification. Now denitrification में क्या हो रहा है? It is the reverse of nitrification that occurs in the deep layers of soil where the bacteria convert nitrates to nitrogen and other gaseous compounds like nitrogen dioxide. This occurs because in deep layers of soil oxygen is not available and the soil bacteria use these nitrogen compounds instead of oxygen. So these are the four processes of nitrogen cycle. These are the four processes, yes, and the first was nitrogen fixation, which we have already discussed. Again I am showing you with the help of a picture. As you can see in this, सबसे पहले क्या हुआ, एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन है हमारे पास, ठीक है। तो ये जो द राइजोबियम बैक्टीरिया, ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गाई, और बाय लाइटनिंग द नाइट्रोजन फ्रॉम द एटमॉस्फेयर इज fixed from these type of these bacteria, right, and from the roots of the plant it is taken by the plant. Fine. Now those plants are eaten by the animals. Now when those animals die, or during their excretion of the waste, then what happens? They move into the soil. The decomposition process occurs. Now that during the decomposition the ammonia is released, right? The ammonia is released and then the nitrites and nitrates are formed. Then these are the usable forms of nitrogen. Then these are again taken by the plant. These can again be taken by the plants, and during the denitrification of these nitrates the atmospheric nitrogen is released back in the atmosphere. This is the complete nitrogen cycle. What is the importance of nitrogen cycle? अब ये जो हमने पूरा nitrogen cycle पढ़ा है, इसकी importance क्या है? As we all know that nitrogen cycle helps bring in the inert nitrogen from the air into the biochemical process in plants and then to animals. Nitrogen is essential component. It is present in the atmosphere, but to use it in the usable form, it needs some conversions. So that those all conversions are done by this nitrogen cycle. Plants need nitrogen to synthesize chlorophyll, and so the nitrogen cycle is absolutely essential for them. During the process of ammonification, the bacteria help degrade decomposing animals and plant matter. This helps in naturally cleaning up the environment. Due to nitrogen cycle, nitrates and nitrites are released into the soil, which helps in enriching the soil with nutrients needed for cultivation. As plants use nitrogen for their biochemical processes, animals obtain the nitrogen and nitrogen compounds from plants. Nitrogen is needed as in an integral part of the cell composition. It is due to the nitrogen cycle that animals are also able to utilize the nitrogen present in the air. So in this way the whole nitrogen is used in the form of usable compounds of nitrogen. This is the importance of nitrogen cycle. Now there were some activities in your book. So I am discussing all the activities, right? So these are only 3-4 activities I am showing you. We have discussed some of the activities in between the chapter, but here I am taking it in proper activity format to show the presence of microorganisms in soil and water. As we know, microorganisms are present everywhere. तो इस एक्टिविटी में हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We want to show the presence of microorganism in soil and water. So what will we do? We will take a beaker, pond water, soil, water, glass slide, cover slip, a microscope and a dropper. So we will collect some water in a beaker from a pond or stagnant pool. Take a few drops of water and spread them on a glass slide. Now put a cover slip on the water drop and examine under the microscope. And second में हम क्या कर सकते हैं, we can take some soil from the field in a beaker, moist soil from the field in a beaker, add some water and mix well, and when the soil gets settled down, take out water with the help of a dropper and take a few drops of water on the slide and observe under microscope. So when we will observe this moist soil and the water from the pond, so you will see a large number of minute tiny organisms moving or floating in the water. So that shows that pond water and soil contain a large number of microorganisms. Second activity is to show that formation of curd takes place in lukewarm water. That activity you can do at your home these days. Ask your mother that when she makes the curd, when she sets the milk for curd formation, she should call you. Now आप usually देखोगे कि जब भी आपके mother curd कर रहे हैं घर में, तो क्या करेंगे, वो उसको हल्का सा गर्म करेंगे दूध को, not much, they will just like lukewarm उसको करेंगे. It is not lukewarm water actually, it is lukewarm curd, lukewarm milk, to show that formation of curd takes place in lukewarm milk. Here the word is milk. तो इसमें क्या करेंगे कि इस एक्टिविटी में यही हम शो करने के लिए we will take 3 cups. एक में हम बहुत कोल्ड मिल्क लेंगे, एक में we will take lukewarm, एंड एक में we will take hot milk, very hot milk, एंड हम कर्ड लेंगे 3 teaspoons. तो इस एक में क्या करेंगे, हम तीनों कप्स में, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम तीनों कप्स को we will label them ABC. Cold milk in cup A, lukewarm milk in cup B, and hot milk in cup C. And we will add a spoonful of curd in each cup. Right, now keep all the cups at a warm place for few hours. So what we will observe after 5-6 hours, कि जो curd है that is only formed in cup B. No change is observed in cup A or cup C. तो ये क्या शो कर रहा है, that curd which is added initially in all the cups contains some bacteria, right? When curd is mixed with lukewarm milk, these bacteria multiplied and produce acidic products. Milk curdles and thickens to form curd. So, but these bacteria are inactive in cold milk and hot milk में तो it kills the bacteria. So that means no curd is formed, right? So जो हमारा बैक्टीरिया है that is inactive in cold milk and hot milk also. Hot milk जो है it kills bacteria, so your curd formation can only takes place in the proper environment for the bacteria to grow, that is the lukewarm. So your curd formation will only takes place in the lukewarm milk. Okay, so please make a correction here, it is lukewarm milk. Next activity is to observe the increase in volume of dough during fermentation of sugar present in dough by yeast cells. So इसमें हम क्या करेंगे, आप लोगों ने भटूरे खाए होंगे है ना, तो वो बहुत सॉफ्ट होते हैं, तो उसमें थोड़ा सा हम क्या करते हैं, वही जो प्रोसेस है आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस दैट. इसमें हमें क्या क्या चाहिए, 1/2 kg फ्लोर चाहिए, शुगर चाहिए, ईस्ट पाउडर चाहिए और वार्म वाटर चाहिए. इसमें हम क्या करेंगे, वी विल टेक आटा और मैदा एंड ऐड 2 tablespoons ऑफ शुगर एंड मिक्स विद वार्म वाटर. राइट, नाउ add a tablespoon of yeast powder and knead it to make a soft dough. हम उसका आटा गूंद लेंगे yeast powder मिला के. Now put the soft dough in a container and leave it on a warm place for 2-3 hours or more. तो उसको हम अच्छे से उसको एक कंटेनर में डाल के एक वार्म प्लेस के ऊपर उसे 2-3 घंटे के लिए छोड़ देंगे. So what will you observe after some time? You will observe that there is an increase in the volume of the dough. As you can see in the diagram, ये हमने आटा गूंदा था ऐसे, और वो थोड़े 3-4 घंटे के बाद इतना ज़्यादा राइज हो गया. Now why the rise in the dough is there? Yeast breaks sugar to produce carbon dioxide gas, which increases the volume of the dough. Because when sugar and yeast reacts, then what is the product formed? That is carbon dioxide. ये जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फॉर्म होती है, yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of the gas fill the dough and increase its volume. जब वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस रिलीज होती है तो उसके जो बबल फॉर्मेशन है, वो जो गैस है वो इस डो को फिल कर देती है, इसे सॉफ्ट बना देती है और इसका वॉल्यूम जो है वो इंक्रीज कर देती है. दिस इज द बेसिस ऑफ द यूज ऑफ यीस्ट इन द बेकिंग इंडस्ट्री फॉर मेकिंग ब्रेड्स, पेस्ट्रीज एंड केक्स. सो जब जो आपकी ब्रेड है, पेस्ट्री है, केक है, वो बहुत सॉफ्ट होते हैं, स्पॉन्जी होते हैं. दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. क्योंकि जब वो यीस्ट जब रिएक्ट करती है शुगर के साथ तो इट प्रोड्यूसेस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. तो व्हेन द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस फिल द डो, तो इट मेक्स द bread or the pastry or the cakes very soft and spongy. Next activity is to observe fermentation of sugar by yeast. Now अभी हमने पीछे पढ़ा कि जब हम शुगर को फर्मेंट करते हैं यीस्ट के साथ तो कौन सी गैस रिलीज होती है? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. लेकिन उस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के साथ देयर इज वन अनदर प्रोडक्ट इज फॉर्म, दैट इज अल्कोहल. तो इसमें हमें क्या क्या चीज़ें चाहिए? वी नीड शुगर, वी नॉट नीड वार्म वाटर, वी नीड ईस्ट एंड बीकर. टेक अ 5 ml beaker filled up to 3/4 with warm water. Dissolve 2-3 teaspoonful sugar in it and add half a teaspoonful yeast powder in it. Cover the beaker and allow the mixture of sugar solution and yeast powder to stand in a warm place for 4-5 hours. Now smell the solution. शुगर, वार्म वाटर और ईस्ट पाउडर को जब आप मिक्स कर दोगे अच्छे से और उसको आप वार्म प्लेस पे 4-5 घंटे के लिए रख दोगे तो यू विल आफ्टर 4-5 आवर्स क्या आपको एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक स्मेल आपको मतलब फील होगी. एंड दैट स्मेल इज ऑफ अल्कोहल विच इज फॉर्म्ड थ्रू fermentation. This is the smell of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol by yeast. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. नेक्स्ट एक्टिविटी, ये एक्टिविटी आपकी एनसीईआरटी बुक के लास्ट पेज में दे रखी है इस चैप्टर के. टू शो दैट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज रिलीज्ड ड्यूरिंग फर्मेंटेशन. अब हमने पहले पढ़ तो लिया कि जब हम फर्मेंटेशन करते हैं, जब हम शुगर को ईस्ट के साथ मिक्स करते हैं तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होती है, लेकिन हाउ टू प्रूव इट, तो उसके लिए भी हम एक एक्टिविटी करेंगे. उसके लिए हमें क्या क्या चाहिए? अगेन वी नीड वार्म वाटर, वी नीड ईस्ट पाउडर, वी नीड लाइम वाटर, we need sugar, a balloon, a test tube and a bottle. तो इसका मेथड क्या है करने का? We will put some warm water in a bottle, add little yeast powder in it and mix well. उस पानी में हम yeast powder को mix करेंगे. Now attach a balloon to the mouth of the bottle. As you can see in the diagram, we will attach a balloon to the mouth of that bottle. After some time the balloon expands. Now take lime water in a test tube. Carefully remove the balloon fixed to the mouth of the bottle and attach it to the test tube. After some time you will find that the lime water turns milky. जब कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और लाइम वाटर मिलते हैं, रिएक्ट करते हैं, then the carbon dioxide gas turns the lime water milky. ओके, दैट इज़ द प्रॉपर्टी. सो वो जब हम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को लाइम वाटर से पास कराते हैं, इट टर्न्स द लाइम वाटर मिल्की. अब हमने क्या किया? एज यू कैन सी इन द डायग्राम कि ये हमारा बैलून जो है ये एक्सपैंड कर गया. अब हम क्या करेंगे? इस बैलून को यहाँ से उठाएंगे, ऐसे ही निकालेंगे केयरफुली विद द गैस इनसाइड, और इसको जो हमारा टेस्ट ट्यूब है जिसमें हमने लाइम वाटर ले रखा है उसके ऊपर इसे अटैच कर देंगे. नाउ दैट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विल मूव इनटू द टेस्ट ट्यूब, और लाइम वाटर अगर मिल्की कलर का हो जाता है तो दैट मीन्स दिस बैलून कंटेन्स कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, विच प्रूव्स that carbon dioxide is released during fermentation. So students, these were the activities from the chapter microorganism. We have completed each and every topic in the chapter, and that's it for today. Thank you.